Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Juan Carlos Brando, and today we are starting this Q&A show with the attorney Margaret W. Wong, with over 47 years of experience working on this field and helping thousands and thousands of families every single year to get an immigration relief. She has been there for 47 years, starting in 1977 with one desk, no secretary, not even an assistant. It was just herself. But then she started a small law firm that now has become one of the major law firms in the United States of America, having influence even to build the Supreme Court, or Ohio Supreme Court building. So let's welcome the attorney Margaret W. Wong. And thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for having us today. How are you doing?
I'm very good, and thank you for joining me on this program.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And for me, it's always an honor to be able to have this time with you to share some of your experiences and your anecdotes with people that may not know where you are coming from, and or what you are doing for all the people that try to do something related to immigration, but also people that are desperate, people that are living in uncertainty right now because of all what is coming for next year, starting on January 20 of 2025. So I always like the way that you manage everything, and that you say you need to think and stay calm, because when we are not calm, we make mistakes. But in the last period, that the last term that Donald Trump was president, there was a lot of things that were said and were not done. But one of the things is that deportations. He tried to remove many people out of the United States, but he wasn't able to do that. Um, he was trying to deport more people than President Obama did. But why was he not able to do that? And what do you think he's going to try to do this time?
So basically, Obama actually deported more than 3 or 4 times the people that Trump deported. Trump deported the same amount of people that Biden deported. So I think it's a lot of like maybe air and talk. Also, Trump is pro business. Already the business bureaus, the associations of business people, of homeowners, of landscaping already is doing politicking policy on not deporting people, who has been here for a long time. So, but on the other hand, Trump's position is this mass deportation is no priority. My gut feeling is that we have to be careful about who we are and what we do instead of being worried about it. Number one, make sure we keep all our criminal records. Invariably, we have speeding tickets, we have DUI, we have accidents. I may hit, a driveway and there was a bicycle there. So I would keep records of all that. In the future, I mean, at least for the next 4 years, do not have DUI, do not drink and drive, because you don't know, oh, it's only 5 miles, I can do it. You cannot do it. If you go to a bar with your friends and you have a drink, you buy each other a beer, don't drink without eating some food. Maybe just pretend. That's what I did when I was a young lawyer. When I used to go out with my friends, I would pay the a bartender maybe $1, $5, and I say, give me, whenever I come, you give me something. It's water and a lime, right? But people don't know that. They think you're drinking vodka and maybe lime juice or something, right? So these are the two things that I can even teach you how to get away with it. You want to be a man or woman, you want to drink. So don't drink and drive. Don't drink and don't beat up your wife and husband. Sometimes you hit each other. Actually, in my office, we are having harassment training, sexual harassment, because we're not supposed to hug each other. These are little things. Don't put a child on your shoulder unless you're the father or mother, because nowadays the child may say it's a harassment. Who knows? Don't no more hugging a child. I mean, these are little stuff in America that's weird, I think. So absolutely no criminal records. Don't drink and drive. Don't hit your loved one. Don't especially when your children. I know I have a lot of kids nowadays. They may be hitting their mothers. Don't fight back. You are the mother. You're the head of your house. You're the father of the house. These are little things I'm giving you advice on. I've been lately, the past 3 months, I myself is sad because I just couldn't do this another 4 years, and I'm 74 years old. So I've been reading books on hope. I'm reading Julian Barnes' Sense of an Ending. I'm also reading James Baldwin, an awesome writer who went to Paris because of the sexual segregation, the racial sexual segregation. He's gay. So these are things that maybe start reading something. So you give yourself that ray of hope. If they can do it, why couldn't I? It's not just because we are foreign people, it's that we are people. We do feel sad, but don't be too sad. Get your paperwork ready. If you need help, go see a therapist, a psychologist. If not, go swimming, not drinking, but maybe eat your favorite food. Be content. We are in America. The question is, how do we survive for 4 years without fighting deportation? If you already had deportation, lay low, get your FOIA so I can help you, or any lawyer can help you when you're stopped, because there's a difference. Trump emphasized removal or deportation on land. Land means it's to 237. Land means that I went to see a judge. I said voluntary departure, but I never left. So 10 years, there's nothing you can do. Or I told the judge I'm leaving, or I have a criminal record, I never left. Those are removal orders, right? So these are little things that we can do, not just to stop deportation, but to maintain unity of my family, remember who I am, why I came to America. I think it's very important. I think now is the time that we reflect, we think, we pray, we hope, no matter what religion we are.
Thank you so much, Miss Wong, for this answer. And yeah, well, we have a lot of people that don't realize what we are going through. But the good thing is that we have you, that you can give us an advice about what's going on, and I'm sure that you're going to be there for many many years, because you are a blessing to all the immigrant community that can be able to talk to you or to hear you in many of the shows that you have in the radio, on TV, going to the law school, going to events in Cleveland or many other cities. And that's really good, because we get to hear from you, we get to hear your advice, and if we are smart, we just take it, we just take your advice as a personal orientation that we can have for life. So thank you so much for all you do, Ms. Wong. Let's start with the questions. Hello, do you think they will be able to change the immigration law when US citizens won't be able to petition for their parents anymore, what they call nuclear family law?
Absolutely, that law will not be changed. That law has been here for the past 50, 60 years. That law will not be changed. There's two changes. Number one, they may want, DACA is no more taken away because Trump already said he'll help. They may take away parole on DACA. Those are because it's executive orders. Those are different. Only the president can do something. But a citizen sponsoring parents, spouse, or children, those are the law of the land. It's under the, so it has to be, if they want to change it, they need both the Senate and the Congress, and this is amending the Constitution. They got the birthright. Right now, he's talking about, if I'm here in America undocumented, I give birth to my children. My children no longer is an American citizen and cannot get passport. That's a bunch of crap. Nobody can do that for now. I think we'll be okay.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And we have another question coming in. And thank you so much for the question. Don't forget that you can call the phone number 216 279 3984. 216 279 3984. This next question says, Hi, attorney. I am from South Africa and my boyfriend is from South Korea. Would it be a problem to get documents? We met at our job. I am 35 and he is 43.
Okay, so he's from South Korea, you are from South Africa. So I wonder if he is a citizen of America or green card. If you have a status and he has an H1, then you can also change to an H4. And whenever you get green card or he get green card, both of you will benefit. But if he's a citizen, of course, you marry him, you will be a green card holder. The only thing changes is Trump is talking about all interviews, just like Obama. All marriage cases, they go to interview. Under Biden, a lot of these cases go to interview waiver. And Mr. JP, did they say the South Korean is a citizen or green card that they didn't mention?
He is U.S. citizen.
Oh, okay. Of course, then you marry your legal entry overstay, and he's American, you marry him. Absolutely, you can apply for residencia and green card. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Wong. And this is another question that we're getting. It says, Hi, I have TPS. A big company uh, hired me, and now they want to file documents for me. I entered illegally from El Salvador, and I would like to know if I could travel with an advance parole and come back with a legal entry and see if they could
Okay, good
file a
question. Let me
petition for me.
explain to you. If you have TP, you entered illegally, you have TPS from El Salvador, that means that you came to America before January 14th of 2001. That's how you get TPS. If you get parole, and it's easier to get parole, and do it fast, because Trump, it's one of those things Trump is talking about taking away parole. So if you parole in on a TPS, you could, if you marry an American citizen, not even a green card holder, you can directly adjust. But if it's only the employer willing to hire you, and you had left and come back or already came illegally, one way to do it is do an H-1B. Then you can go out and come back with a D3 waiver. A D3 waiver is very hard now. So, for example, I have DACA now. My employer wants to hire me, and I have a university level education. Even Trump is talking about that, but then he stopped talking about it. Biden is the one who said, you can still leave and come back with a D3 waiver and get an H-1B. In this case, I don't recommend it because you came illegally and I don't know what your situation is. D3 visa, it could be approved in 1 or 2 weeks. I don't trust them. And also Trump is coming. So I would not do a D3 or H-1B or PERM, because parole only gives you a green card if you marry an American citizen. Employer sponsorship is either H-1B, if you're from Mexico and Canada, it's a TN. If you're from other country, maybe an O visa, you need to leave and come back with a D3 visa, waiver, and I won't do it.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for this answer. Don't forget that you can call the phone number 216 279 3984. 216 279 3984. Next question is, Hi, Mrs. Wong. I would like to file for H-1B for 2025. How soon do I need to do it?
February 1st, I mean, that law also happened under Trump, so that would not be taken away. That's only 65,000 H-1B visas. On February 1st, it's only 10, last year was $10. You don't need a lawyer. You need to go, and it'll be all over the news, and follow my Facebook. I'll be talking about that. But every year they change a little bit. But last year, you pay $10 on the USCIS.gov web. You do the lottery on the H-1B. Once you get the lottery, normally by March, they'll tell you, or by April 1st, last year from April 1st to April 5th, you can file the H-1B. That's when you need a lawyer. So you start on March 1st if you have a job offer and the employer has to file.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ms. Wong. This next question is very interesting. It says, I am married to an US veteran. He's very sick. He put me in his benefits and I am helping him with his daily activities. And he really needs me. The problem is I am from Mexico. And I entered illegally. How can he file for me?
100% he can do it. The only question is that you're perma. We had a case, and you have to be careful. Actually, it's I have quite a few cases. That's why I'm advising you to be careful, because the way you say you take care of his daily needs. We have actually cases where the wife is younger, the husband is older, and immigration thought the marriage is really very much just so she can be his daily housekeeper and not a real wife. So always say, I love him. So number one, do a PIP, parole in place, as if you left, but you don't have to leave America. Do a parole in place, depends on where you live. Tennessee is faster, Ohio is slower. It takes about 6 months to a year to get a PIP. You don't need to leave the country. Now you apply for green card. Under Biden, it takes about four months to about 6 months. You don't even need an interview, because these are PIP veterans cases. Under Trump, they may or may not interview, but interview, make sure a lawyer goes with you. I don't know your age difference, but make sure it's not a housekeeper, because there is love and you're cohabitating. And love is not addiction. Love is not just daily taking care of him. You actually have to sleep together, cohab. That's what I would do. Make sure all your tax returns are filed married and separate, not married and joint. Depends on the tax situation, and no head of household, because a lot of times the man may be a little bit older. He has children. To protect the interests of the children, you may have a prenup. I mean, I've done a lot of these cases. Just be careful.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for this answer. Don't forget that the attorney Margaret W. Wong has 7 offices across the United States: Atlanta, Chicago, Cleveland, Columbus, Nashville, New York, and Raleigh, North Carolina. And the phone number is 216-279-3984. You also can go ahead and visit www.imwong.com, and the attorney Margaret W. Wong has put all the information on the website. It's really up to date. There you can see the people that are working in the office, all the attorneys, all the legal assistants, head paralegals, senior paralegals, everybody that has been involved in the law firm for the last at the very moment. So if you want to give us a call, the phone number is 216-279-3984. Any kind of immigration case, the attorney Margaret W. Wong can help you out with that. Ms. Wong, we have another question. It says, good afternoon. Work permits for pending I-130 are going to be for 5 years too?
I-130 don't give you a work permit. 485 give you a work permit for 5 years. It's a C9 work permit. I-130 does not give you a work permit.
Okay, that's a good clarification, so people can get confused. So when you file the I-130, you need to wait until the I-130 is approved so that you can go ahead and do the I-485, or you can do both together.
You concurrent file, you do both together. If it's a legal entry, if it's an undocumented entry, you need the approval to go to National Visa Center, pay the money. Now it goes to 601A. That's why Biden came up with PIP. That's lost now. 601A right now is about 3.5 to 5 years. So that's the problem. In the meantime, no work permit.
Yes, and Ms. Wong, about the people that came on humanitarian parole in the
Work
last
permit,
2 or 3
right?
years, yeah.
Yeah.
So all these people, the humanitarian parole is expiring probably in 2025. What's gonna happen with all these people?
Both Biden and Trump already said no extension, but I really think you cannot just say no extension. I really think you should case by case maybe ask for re-enrollment. Re-enrollment means that enroll back to a parole. There's no extension of parole. It is what it is, but you can tell them why you want another parole period. If not, you can always file asylum and explain extraordinary circumstances, because you had parole, you miss your 1 year.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And the next question that we have here is my sister just got her citizen status, and I am currently in the early stages for asylum. What should I do or keep my
100% file the I-130. It will take 15 to 18 years. Unless you're in Mexico, it takes 30 years, but file the I-130 for now. Even though it'll take years, but it's better than nothing. File the I-130, get that receipt notice, always carry that receipt notice and a receipt notice of your asylum. And if you got the work permit, keep a copy of that work permit, should be 5 years.
Okay, that's good. That 5 year work permit is really good because you don't have to worry for the work permit for at least 4 years. So that's good. And some of the work permits are just coming back in 2 weeks. I remember a person that I filed the work permit. We filed it on July 4th. It was approved on July 7th, and the person got the work permit on July 19th. So
Awesome.
that was awesome.
Congratulations. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you for letting me do all this job and teaching us how to do it. Hi, attorney. Can I travel with my license from Illinois?
Yes, but yes, on the airport, see, that's a very good question because Illinois allow undocumented people to travel. So look at the driver's license. If there's a star, you're talking Real ID Act. Right now, Real ID Act didn't come in yet. So if you travel, and I don't know about it because Ohio, the driver's license, because we cannot do undocumented people, always let you get on a plane. Your question is really, can an Illinois driver's license let me get on a plane? Look at it and ask the people who works in the airport or ask your friends. But if not, use your passport. Getting on a plane, all you need is a passport. But after the Real ID Act comes in, it'll be a problem. But right now, Real ID Act didn't come in yet.
Thank you very much, Ms. Wong. And we have time for one more question. And this person says, I came on an asylum when I was 17. I entered, they let me in when I was 17. And then I filed for asylum here in the United States. That was back in 2012. Now I am over 21. I'm not a minor anymore, but I never filed for the work permit. Uh, could I file it now? Would it be a
100%.
problem for me?
There is an 800 number, and I don't know it now, but it's by cell. You can always call that number, follow instructions at both English and Spanish. If it's more than 151 days, absolutely file. But if I were you, I would check that case because if you didn't, I don't know if you took fingerprints, I don't know if you get a receipt notice. It's been 12 years. So make sure you didn't have an order of deportation or something. And I don't know why you didn't file. And also, if you came alone, you were an unaccompanied minor. So even if you had, because it's 12, it's 12 years. So even if you have removal, a final order of deportation, you may want to file motion to dismiss it. At that time, you were a minor, especially if you're unaccompanied minor, because it's the whole new world now with unaccompanied minor. But Trump may be a problem with these cases, but double check that A number to see if you have deportation because 12 years. I mean, it's just, and I don't know why you didn't file for work permit.
Yeah, and sometimes people just don't know, and
Mhm.
then they realize that they can do it, but sometimes it can be too late. Well, Ms. Wong, our time is gone for today. Our time is up, but thank you so much for, as always, sharing your knowledge, sharing your experiences, sharing your heart, which is really good for everybody that can see and listen to you. And looking forward to see you next Wednesday, which is going to be the the last Wednesday before Christmas, I think.
That'll be
So
nice.
thank you so much, Ms. Wong.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And for everybody who has joined us today, don't forget the phone number is 216-279-3984, and talk to our attorney, Attorney Margaret W. Wong, who has been there for 47 years and many more to come. Thank you so much, Ms. Wong.
Thank you.
Thank you.